Set Blow podcast. Upon his triumphant return, Handren Seavey.
Hello.
Been a while, brother.
I know. I think the last
up.
one we did had that clip, got about 4 million hits where I was talking about abortion.
Oh, that was a great one.
Yeah. That one really swung the gamut because it was like half the people were blue-haired chicks that sincerely were like, I think the same way, and I was fucking joking. And then the other half were like, can you believe a man is talking about this? And it was like, again, I'm joking.
Well, that's the thing about the social media algorithms. They don't give a shit. That's why like fighting in the comments is great. Like people trashing me, it just helps you out. They don't know that they're deriding you. They just know you're getting comments.
Yeah.
So I mean, like there are fucking fools out there who've made a whole social media career just trolling, like having people follow them and just trash them.
Yeah.
They're called the Paul brothers.
I mean, we can name a few names. It's like
Chris and what's his brother's name?
Dude, was it Logan and Ryan?
No, I'm joking. I know that.
What? I know. Dude,
Jake and Logan.
Jake and Logan. No,
Chris Paul.
I honestly, I know Chris Paul's a black one. It took me fucking, I shit
player.
you not, like 3 years to realize it was two different white Paul brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was the same guy. I thought it was like Mary Kate and Ashley, but you know.
Do you find it weird to think that Chris Paul is taller than you? When you watch him on the NBA and he looks like the little short guy, and then you go, "Oh, that guy's like
a
an
little
inch
bit." But
and
if
a
you've
half
ever seen
taller."
an NBA player in real life, like even the smallest guy is way bigger than most normal.
They
people.
move like dinosaurs too.
Oh yeah, well when you see him in person, you realize how frail they. I mean, like a guy like LeBron is like an exception because the guy's a moose.
Yeah.
Right. But then you see like Anthony Davis, like how the fuck are his knees or his
KD.
heart? Yeah, I mean they're gonna be gone. They're not gonna see their 60s.
I think the average age of a 7-footer is like 68.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's no way because your heart's got to do all that
They're
work
like
to get down
Great
to your
Danes.
toes.
Their hearts go.
Exactly, dude. Cheers! Happy birthday to America. Yep.
Cheers.
Yesterday was the 4th. What'd you do?
Uh,
Fire rockets.
we're late to getting to the parade with my kid in Santa Monica.
Like the gay pride parade? They still have one on the 4th?
No. 4th of July parade.
Oh, dude, I thought you were progressive, man. I thought you were going to take your kid to drag queen.
No. No. The drag queen story hour, the only thing I wonder is why.
Oh, yeah.
I'm questionable about any person who wants to work with kids and doesn't have kids.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're a dude, I'm hyper questionable about you.
Oh, for sure. Well, Jeff has a bit about it. I'm not going to fucking run through his bits. But the point of it is...
Jeff Foxworthy?
Die.
Okay.
Die. You know, a little less famous than Foxworthy. A little less money.
Well,
you know, but
hey, he's getting there.
He's getting there. He's working his way. But he's like, did anyone tell the drag queens? Like, if you were at a show and they're about to go on stage, like, there are 300 kids out there, like, fuck this. I'm not doing... I wouldn't do a show for 300 10-year-olds.
No,
like,
but...
you think they spring it on them at the last minute? All right, you're ready to go on. Fuck. It'd be great. They surprise them with that. Like, whoa, I don't want to do that.
I mean, it seems as though it is planned, but they also go, no restrictions, do all your material. Like,
yeah, they have way less restrictions than a comic in front of kids. It's fucked up.
Please give it up, everybody, for D's Nuts.
She comes out with a bulge in her
Reading
bikini.
Little Red Riding Hood.
That's the other thing too. Like they have this shit at like the library. When's the last time anyone's been to the library? Unless you're homeless, and you don't want to jerk off.
I take my daughter to the library pretty regularly because it's at right next to a park that we go to.
It's also free,
and it's free. And they have gotten so lax about books. Like, remember how when we were growing up, like, you might owe money?
Oh, yeah.
And now they're like, thanks for coming. Keep them. Keep any ones you want. Get more. As long as you keep coming back, you can take whatever you want from us.
Why do we ever pay those fees? Like, what were they going to do? Just not lend you any more books? Big whoop. Well, I guess it was before the internet, so it was a problem.
I mean, before...
Like, you needed a library card to do work in school.
Dude, before television... That was like, now I got no entertainment. Like, that's when libraries had the monopoly on shit.
When Dewey was still around with his decimal system?
Oh, dude. They're like, you were like, I better learn it as a kid because I don't want to fuck up as an adult and go into the library and not know what I want.
Dude, people got college degrees like to become librarians back in the day. But you remember this shit?
People?
Chicks, dude. I mean, they're hardly people.
If you don't have a kid, are you really a woman?
I mean, what is a woman?
That's the next clip. That's the next clip.
I mean, define a woman in this day and age, my friend. That's what I feel like they really jumped the shark, the liberals. It's like, all right, you can live a lifestyle all you want, but there is a man and a woman. right? I mean, like,
no, dude, I'm not with this motherfucker.
Well, I mean, to transition, you have to start somewhere.
That's
right?
the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like to admit to there being a trans cult community,
the weird thing about
to start at one of them.
Now I'm going to make a grand statement. The weird thing about trans is you never want to land on something. It's the same way I feel about non-binary.
That's the weirdest one.
If you feel like, that plastic bag in American Beauty? That's what I think about non-binary people.
Thought you were going to say Katy Perry's song. Same premise, I guess.
No, but I just go, are you ever going to, you think you're going to land on something, or you're just going to be floating in the ether for the rest of your life?
Yeah, you got to, at some point you got to shit it off the pot. Right? I mean,
yeah, it's people without problems, and so they invent problems.
That is very true. You don't see that kind of thing happening in in Ukraine right now. There's not a lot of trans. They're not really worried about trans rights when they're fucking missiles being lobbed at them.
That and they're Nazis.
Oh, that's right. I had Fonto on here describing that. He was giving me the
Azov Battalion.
Yeah, the weird history of according to Fonto. There's a guy who's anti-Ukraine. Is like pro-Russia and he's all over the map.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
True, but I'm also not pro-Russia. But the fact that we would ever be pro-Ukraine is
well. I mean,
crazy.
The answer to that question is simple, man. We had no wars going on to sell our munitions, and then one
yeah,
started. So of course we're going to back.
You got to keep the honeypot going.
Yeah, I mean, money has to be made, Handren. It's not about lives or about what's right or wrong or democracy. It's about who the fuck is getting paid. Yeah. That's what matters.
And as long as it's Barack and Big Mike, things are going smoothly. When that war kicked off, my wife was like, you're pro-Ukraine, right? And I was like, I mean, this thing started back in 2014. And we just think it started now.
Oh my God, yeah.
And she goes, but my family's Ukrainian, and she's from the Ukraine, but Jewish.
Actually from the Ukraine, like physically?
I mean, her great grandparents.
Oh, okay. I was like, she wasn't. Like she has family in Ukraine.
No. Okay. Her great grandparents left there in the 1920s because of the Soviet pogroms.
Yeah.
And she goes, but my family's Ukrainian, and I go. And you know the reason they're not there anymore? Because all the people that still are there tried to kill them all, and they fucking had to run.
Well, I mean, listen, they definitely have their own problems, but like I said, it's just a fucking proxy. We have to sell missiles.
I don't like Zelensky. I want to say this publicly. I do not like Zelensky because he does that dictator thing of wearing the same outfit.
It is pretty wild.
And his is that green fucking war shirt. Like, he came to our country and tried to beg for money, and he couldn't put on a fucking suit. You flew in a goddamn private jet.
I blame it on that Fetterman guy. There we go. Wearing a hoodie to the fucking Congress.
He went to the Oscars like that, which also he went to the Oscars. Crazy.
Yeah, right. Did you imagine, dude? In the middle of World War II, if Hitler's like, we need to take a break. I got to go to the Met Gala.
He put
on a collared green shirt.
He wore the costume. For the movie he was nominated for.
He got his fatigue tuxedo on. Like.
And also, by the way, has never actually been in the Army, never fought in anything.
I know.
Was a comedian who got placed in after the U.S. coup.
I mean, think about how much shit people gave Bush Jr. when he got in that jumpsuit and landed. And
he actually knew how to fucking fly a plane.
Yeah, I know, but they gave him shit. It's like, hey, buddy, put on a tuxedo. It's not a banana republic here. Yeah, he's got.
Give me money, please.
I mean, look. To be fair, though, they did not. It is a defensive war they're fighting. They didn't kick it off. They didn't cross the border. Fonto's over here talking about how it's their fault, and I'm like, what do you mean I don't remember them, marching towards Moscow for the Moscow to retaliate.
It's not their fault. It's NATO's fault.
Well, listen, I mean. That is true that we didn't need to stick it in the eye of the Soviets after we won.
We just kept pushing. We said not an inch further, and then literally started pushing further.
Yeah, but this is how global domination works, Handren. If we're not going to be the boss, who's China? We're going to let them do it?
Well, you know what? I used to agree with you when the United States, were in charge, but now we're not. It's these fucking globalists. It's these WEF. What is it called? The Council on Foreign Relations.
The World Monetary Fund and all that. Or
they're the
IMF,
ones
International Monetary
now
Fund?
are pushing this and are going against American interests, and they're just pulling off of the American people and our money to fund their globalist interests.
Sound
That's
a lot
what
like
I'm
Donald
against.
Trump there, Handren. This is scary. Is the main?
It's the globalists.
Is the main coming up in you? I bet there's a lot of supporters up there for old Donnie T.
Yeah, and no, I mean it's the same thing everywhere. I feel like a lot of people in Maine who support him, also think he's gay because he's from New York. Like they're not. These are Maine people. They go, I guess that's our best shot, but also that guy can't start a fire. Like he can't kill a moose.
That is the interesting thing about Donald Trump. I feel like in terms of his base, like these country folks, he has as a New York. Socialite. He has nothing in common with them.
Yeah.
Nothing in common with them.
He's a tourist, as far as we're concerned. He's great, yeah, you're going to come up on Memorial Day weekend, Don?
Yeah.
Fun.
I could see him on a four-wheeler. Never. But I have a theory, speaking of him being gay, I think it's the only way to actually get rid of him, to break the spell that he has in terms of his cult of personality.
Get a dude to suck his dick?
No, just if he gets caught in a gay sex scandal. That's when people will walk away from him. He can kill anyone he wants.
Are you kidding me?
He could be as racist or bigoted as you want. But if he gets caught like Larry Craig trying to suck a guy's dick in the airport bathroom, I think he loses his base.
Or
I
children.
think he gains every
Children,
gay
I don't know about that, man.
man.
They let children slide a few times with that fucking asshole in Alabama, that senator. They let that slide. And then this new asshole, this guy who's got a mega church. He fucked the girl when she was 12 years old back in the 80s, and he admitted to it. He's still around.
God's law.
Mary was 14 when she married Joseph. So I guess.
She have blood on her panties? God's law. God's law. I think that would, if he got found out to be gay, that would all West Hollywood would go Trump.
Really?
Yeah, gay men want to be Republican. If it weren't for the homophobic shit, everything else about it, they don't give a fuck about abortion. They don't want to pay taxes, and a lot of them like guns.
Yeah,
and they do it. They prove it by how many of them get killed with gunplay.
Oh, is that a big problem in the West Hollywood community?
In the gay community,
I mean, I can't come without a gun pointed at me, so I get it.
I've known, not known
a loaded
personally.
weapon must be in my mouth for me to get.
There was one out here and one in Portland, Maine, where dudes that got shot in the head with gunplay while having sex.
What percentage? Here's a great question. You can answer this too, Mike. What percentage of suicides do you think were actually autoerotic asphyxiations, and they say that it's a suicide to make it less?
99. No.
No one actually wants to kill themselves. They're all just jerking off.
Yeah. We just want to come. That's all we want to do.
I would venture to guess that maybe 20% have been, or the David Carradine style suicide, accidental, and the other 80 are like, all right, they really wanted to go.
I think Cornell didn't. I think he was killed. I think they pushed that on him. Because here's the other thing about it is, when you die of hanging, your dick gets hard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I bet it's...
So they get to blame it. They go, oh, look at that. He's got a boner and he hung
but they
himself.
would cover that up because that's embarrassing. Like rape. But that's embarrassing. Wouldn't you rather your mom think you killed yourself out of depression than you killed yourself because you were jerking off and you accidentally killed yourself?
My mom has tried to kill herself twice. I don't want her to ever think I copied her.
Well, let's not make it sad. We're trying to have a good time. Don't come with the fucking facts now.
No, she's still alive. She's good.
Oh, damn it.
I'm just saying,
That's a cry for help. If she was for real, she wouldn't be here. Not to be a dick about it.
When she woke up that second time out of that coma, and I was just sitting there, I was like, "You're not happy to see me, are you?"
Was she trying to beat off? Is that does that work for women? I wonder if that does work for women. The autoerotic asphyxiation part.
No, I don't think it does.
It's a man thing.
Well, then again, I've had a few women.
They find unconscious women and massagers just laying on the ground, buzzing across the floor,
skipping across the floor.
How many of them you think get electrocuted because they try to use the massager in the tub?
Oh my God, that's a great question. Now we're talking, Handren. That's a good stat right there. How many women accidentally electrocute themselves masturbating in the bathtub?
Yeah,
with a electronic.
And the family
device.
walks in and they go, "Get the toaster."
They replaced
and they just
the
take
vibrator
the
with a
vibrator
toaster
out and put the toaster in. And they go, "She wasn't doing that. She just wanted to kill herself."
It's happened.
Yeah, sure, dude.
He found it already.
I bet 20% of all male suicides are autoerotic asphyxiation, and I bet 50% of all male hangings are autoerotic asphyxiations. Because hanging's got to be a tough way to go. It's fucking America, man. If you want to kill yourself, get a gun. Let's be honest here, guys. Right? I mean, that's what...
You go gun, I'd go jump off of something.
No way, man, because you got to think about it on the way down. Gun, bang, you're out, dude.
Yeah, no, that's what I want.
I go to a shooting range and
to
rent a gun and ask for 1 bullet.
I want to have I want to have 4 to 5 seconds of complete regret. I want to be flying towards the earth going, fuck!
I remember a story of a guy who tried to kill himself like that. He jumped off a building, bounced twice, and lived.
Oh.
And he's like, he was,
after he bounced that first time, he goes, please, I really want to die.
Broke every bone in his body. And he was like, it was miserable. He's like, but I'm thankful I lived. I'm like, what? I mean, I wouldn't want to live through 212 broken bones. Fuck that. Or how many bones are on the body.
Can you imagine how disappointed in yourself you must be if you can't kill yourself?
Oh my God, it must be like Groundhog Day, dude.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Fun fact about this death by vibrator story.
Oh, wow.
What year do you think it happened in?
Oh, 1954. Like one of the first
early, but they don't understand
early.
electricity very well.
1913.
Oh my God, dude. They electrified the first home.
It was Mrs. Tesla.
Yeah, that was like the first. It was Thomas Edison's wife.
Yeah.
Little known fact, he invented the vibrator too. He invented the light bulb, the electric chair, and the vibrator.
Mrs. E.B. Austin, wife of a prominent businessman, was electrocuted by a massage vibrator which she had been using. The body was discovered by her 9-year-old daughter when she returned home from school. It was partially submerged, and a deep burn across the breast and neck caused Coroner Lee to decide that the death was due to shock from the vibrator.
Wait, she was titty fucking herself with the vibrator?
In Des Moines?
Yep, Des Moines, Iowa.
Wow, dude. How progressive Des Moines.
So wait a minute, women have had fucking vibrators since 1913, since electricity was invented?
Way before the pocket pussy.
Dude, yeah, see, like, women have so many fucking options when it comes to getting one off, man. We got nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's what's important about these robots. It's going to level the playing field. Like, if we have even 1/10 of the electronic sex toys women have, it's over for those bitches, son.
Humanity
We're not going to put up with their shit. Yeah.
Fucking over.
Over, dude.
Nobody's coming in you bitches anymore.
Ever. No more kids. I mean, I think we're only like 18 months before they connect those Apple goggles to a fleshlight, and you
Here's
get VR
the thing.
porn. To get
I do worry about that, and I think I've been wanting to talk to you about this. You need to have kids.
I don't know, man. I think the listeners would say otherwise.
No. How amazing a feeling it is to, as a dude, to make a child is awesome. Because it completes... You think you've come the hardest you can? Wait till that thing walks.
My cum is walking?
Dude. That's when you go, the cycle's complete.
Look at my cum.
I
saying
had
its first
no
words.
idea this is what it was all meant for. To especially to do it on purpose, to get pregnant on purpose and not by mistake, and just get to go like, go get him, and then she gets pregnant, and then the kid comes out. It's like you're just like, I didn't know you could come this far.
I thought when you said you've never come that hard, like, look at my semen, it can walk and talk.
The satisfaction.
Okay, knowing that you're trying to get pregnant.
Knowing you're trying to get pregnant. Then you do. Then that thing comes out, and it's awesome. Every day you look at it and you go,
that is one feeling.
Dude, who comes better than me? Like you.
That is one feeling I would be interested in having because it's never happened. I mean, even if a girl's on the pill, or has an IUD in.
You come in.
And you come in, or there's still a little bit of like, hope this doesn't go wrong. Like, you don't want it to happen. But when you actually want it to happen, to be that reckless with the release.
Now, I get it.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Because even if she is on something, there's a small chance it could she can get pregnant by accident.
After having one child, I understand Sean Kemp.
How old's your daughter now?
She's 3, and we got another one on the way.
No shit. Was this news? When did this happen?
December 9th, due date.
I didn't know about this. Congratulations, boy,
Thank
girl,
you. Boy,
they, them.
My wife's batting for the cycle.
Okay. I like that you went fucking old school and found out beforehand instead of doing these fucking gay gender reveals.
Not even. Gender reveal is just like, instead of the hospital sending it to you, they send it to a company who does a thing for you. My parents with me didn't find out until I was born. I was like, that's crazy. I don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah. Buying yellow shit. It's also not going to change. It's like, oh, I want the surprise. You get the surprise 9 months earlier, or however many months earlier when you can actually tell. Like,
and then actually plan.
Yeah, you're no less surprised if you learn, when she's 3 months in as opposed to 9 months in.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, a boy, and then you fucking figure out what do you want to do with the fucking with the extra bassinet. We got names yet?
We're working on some. That's the one thing we saved for everybody else. We didn't tell.
Oh no, I remember with your daughter, you didn't tell anybody. 'Cause
Yeah.
You don't want them fucking. Oh, I dated this guy, and it's a weird because everyone has a fucking opinion on your kid's name.
They do.
People have real fucking balls, man. Could you imagine that? Like, no, you should name your strangers.
Yeah.
Will tell parents, oh, that's a bad name. You should think about these names. So could you imagine naming so?
My daughter's name is Wild, which I get. It's a weird name.
Not for LA, dude. It's I mean, at least it's not fucking Xenon like goddamn.
Also, it's Eve's kid's name, who was born a year after my daughter. Fuck you, Eve. Fuck you. You knew.
Well, listen. At least you didn't name it like a fucking password, like our friend Elon Musk, whatever his name is.
Xenon,
whatever he named his fucking kid.
Xenon X5 or something.
Terrible.
It's gonna be tough for that billionaire kid.
Well, I mean, listen. Elon Musk. Speaking of fucking Sean Kemp, he's got kids all over the fucking place.
But my point in that was, once you have a kid and then knowing financially you can support if you get anybody pregnant, I can totally see getting every woman I ever fucked pregnant.
Really? You're doing that well financially now. I like it. That's good news.
No, I'm not. No, that's why I've only, I don't cheat on my wife and I've only ever got her pregnant. Not just that, but I mean, also, I'm not Sean Kemp.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not Sean Kemp in the fucking mid-90s.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the idea of like once you have a kid and realizing how cool it is to make a person that's like you and seeing them grow
that's
up.
the problem right there, Handren. Like
every other chick I would fuck, I would be like, I'll get you pregnant, whatever. I'll pay for your child support. I got billions. Don't worry about it.
Dude.
I get why billionaires. I get why Mick Jagger just had a kid at 83. De Niro had it because it's like, I'm awesome. Why wouldn't I want there to be more of me?
Well, I can see why they would do it if it's not their problem because they just pay it for nannies. I get that. Like just lazy. Like if I had all the money in the world,
it's devastating for a child to have a father who's 83.
I would care less. But what you said really struck me. It's like, oh, it's like me. That's the problem. I don't want anyone else like me. I want the trauma ends with me. The cycle of problems in my family. I'm not doing it.
And that's why
I don't want them to be or look or think like me.
That's exactly why you would be an
one of
amazing
me is too many.
Father. You would be an incredible father.
I have that humility.
Because you would go, I'm not going to do anything my dad did. I'm going to be like, you would be sitting there painting nails with a little girl, like having tea, just being a softie.
I can't do it, dude.
I'm going to get you pregnant.
Listen, in 2024, it's possible.
You can do it.
That movie Junior, way ahead of its time.
Yep.
Way ahead.
I'm going to get Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant.
Oh, I mean, he might be the manliest man of all time.
He would be super manly if he gave birth out of his dick.
Could you imagine?
But imagine you gave birth out of your dick, but you had to jerk off to get it out.
Oh, man. That's a really weird thought. Because, wait a minute. Does that mean at some point I'm stroking my child? Yeah. At some point I'm stroking the baby's head?
It's a 6-pound kidney stone.
The most painful nut of all time. My dick split in two like a banana split.
The doctor's just there like, come on, you got it, push.
Dude, I read a story, a news article a long time ago, probably 3 years ago. A buddy of mine was on the podcast from Australia, and it was about a woman who had a massive orgasm while giving birth to her daughter.
That's common.
Is that common?
Yeah.
What kind of a size queen?
No, it's not
only
that.
Come when a baby shoots out of
it's mostly like Arab women because their kids have full head of hair and it rubs the clit.
That can't be a scientific. It can't be. The hairy back of the Arab child. I was like, wait, you said that so convincing. I'm like, wait, what? What? I was like, is there something I haven't been reading about the whole Middle East conflict? Is this?
You're not up on Arab Burst Daily?
No, dude. I'm not. I don't subscribe to that daily. There's a topic for you.
No, but it is a thing of some women orgasm during, but it's also a thing of the.
It's also they have the episiotomy. I mean, it's
the brain's way of
shutting it down. The trauma,
like going in shock. Yeah, covering up the fact that this is. So here's a thing I wonder: is what if they make a pill that completely changes your genetics and can make a man into a woman?
That's what I was talking
and
about.
And then she can give birth, and she gives birth and goes, "It's not that bad."
Yeah. Well, dude,
what if we find out as dudes that giving birth is like a big shit?
I've thought about that, dude, because technology keeps going, right? It's going to advance and advance. There's going to be a point where they can actually change your chromosomes from male to female chromosomes, so you'll be a legitimate woman.
Yeah. What do they call it? CRISPR.
Yeah, exactly. It's only a matter of time. It's okay. Yeah, only 10 years, maybe 30 years, maybe 50, but at some point it's going to be possible. Then I think you're an actual woman. But until then, when you're just doing this fucking this lipstick on a pig,
if you can literally change your genes and your bones change and it's
and
like
you grow a uterus,
painful, and you're like, oh,
exactly, it's some X-Men shit.
Yeah,
you grow a uterus.
Okay, speaking of X-Men shit, we were talking about this the other day.
All right.
When Mystique changes, do you think her genitals change?
Good question, dude.
And in which case does her insides change? Because Rogue is her kid.
Interesting.
So when she was pregnant with Rogue, was she able to change into other things? Still be pregnant with Rogue, but then be a dude?
Yeah, dude. I mean, she's the ultimate non-binary, I think.
I think the genitals don't change, and that's how you can find out who's a shapeshifter. Pants them. Shapeshifters can't change their genitals.
You got to do genital checks at the bathroom doors.
Like Ray Finkel at the end, like they could have done that.
There's
to
a movie you could. I mean, the whole premise of that movie falls apart at the end. You couldn't fucking make that again.
I mean, the movie still checks out.
The movie's fantastically funny. That's no mistake about it. But the end scene where it's just where he tucked his sack and balls back.
Yeah,
like the fucking Franks.
And what a hog! What a hog on Finkel too. My dick
from the back,
my dick would not show up that much
to have that bulge from the back. Yeah, dude.
Maybe in Miami because of the heat.
The heat.
My balls could get back there that much.
Yeah,
but
and you got a foreskin, so you got a little extra.
The size of the dick on the ass there was my dick chubby, and my dick
in
chubby
the front
could never reach back because it would be bending it over. You'd be pinching off the blood source like a kinked hose.
Where you put a rubber band around it.
You ever do that? You ever do
not to my dick?
You never done the cock ring?
Oh, and I've done a cock ring, but I've never like twisted it and pinched it off and
no, twist it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fucking.
No, but if you're ever fucking on coke,
no, I've used a cock ring
early in the night when you can get it up, cock ring it up, and then you're never. It might be like limp, but you go. At least I got all the blood.
I mean, we've all done the stuffy, where you just grab the base like a tube of toothpaste and you force it to the head.
Yeah,
you know, Mike, you've been there, right? I don't want to be alone.
Oh yeah.
You know, especially at 41.
That's how I got my wife pregnant first time.
Yeah, man. Listen, at 41 years old, I think you're still younger than me. I'm
39.
You got to do what you got to do. You know, fucking, you got to make it work.
The stuffy anal is tough.
Oh, but even then, you know.
Yeah. Even
tell her
then,
to relax.
If they're Russian, you can
What's
get them
wrong
pregnant.
with you? What's wrong with? I put it on them. It's like, hey, if you were a little more attractive, maybe I could get all the way. Because I'm not going to suffer in this. Like one of us is going down. It ain't going to be me.
I never think it's because they're not attractive enough.
No,
I think it's because they're not freaky enough.
That's absolutely true. But no matter what, I lie and make it their fault.
Yeah.
You want to put it on that. You want to give them a complex, because otherwise you have a complex. It's like, you know, I'd rather make her think she's not enough than me to admit that I am too drunk and too high to get it all the way up.
I just tip them and ask them to
leave. You just tip them extra and tell them to wait a while.
My references, because I've been with my wife, we've been married 7 years now.
Congratulations.
And
you made it.
Together 10.
7-year itch. Is that coming up? You guys fucking around? You in the poly world?
I think it's called, what is it?
Divorce.
No. Hemorrhoids?
The
7-year itch? I think it's just hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
And it makes women want anal, and it makes dudes want a guy to lick their ass. Which is crazy about hemorrhoids, because at no time would you want somebody to lick your ass more than when you have hemorrhoids, because it would just soothe it. But at no time would anybody want to lick your ass less.
Lick a hemorrhoid. Yeah, that would make total sense. That would make total sense, dude. You since you were last year, you made a big move on the Instagram, on the reels, pushing your daughter, huh?
What do you mean?
All those. Oh
yeah.
I like those. I've
Yeah.
been watching those. I enjoy them.
Thank you.
You found your thing, dude.
Yeah,
I like it.
They've
been
blown
getting
me
push.
It's blown me up. I'll tell you this. What happened was,
yeah, how'd you come up with that idea?
I came up with it because I would take her on walks every day for
Mr. Mom in it.
Yeah, Mr. Mom, for about like an hour or two. And I would write stand-up at those times, but being a dad during the day, I just felt like I was not able to produce more stuff. I was doing stand-up every night, but my days were full of being a father and were great. And no, didn't have one coming. It's going to be there. There it is.
There's going to be timestamps in my comments and people jerking off to this, by the way. There's a whole burp kink out there, just so you know.
And feeling productive about writing, but not about putting stuff out. And I couldn't do sketches with friends during the day. I couldn't link up with people to write. And I just started having these things of like these walk and talks, basically stand-up bits. Let me do them real quick.
Well, you're kind of riffing. You're kind of taking a shot. Yeah, the first.
But what I'll do is I'll walk for an hour with her and think of the bit, think of how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to edit it, and then I'll video it, and then I'll just edit it still while I'm walking her. And January 1st of this year, I said, let me do one every day of this year.
See how it goes. Yeah, I'm sure by that point you built up a little bank. You're like,
it
fuck, yeah.
took me
really?
No.
I guess if you're walking every day for an hour,
here's what I have.
Time.
I have a bank of ideas.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a bank of things I'm thinking about. And
Topics,
if anything hits me that day that I want to do immediately, I'll do that. But then if I have nothing, I'll look back at 3 or 4 ideas I have to do.
That's how I treat comedy bits. That's how I treat fucking memes. Nothing's ever done. Rarely is it like, oh, this immediately, like this is good to go. Like, that happens like fucking twice a year. Like this one's right on time.
It's a fewer like that.
Yeah.
That just come to you completely.
Yeah.
Jokes are like that sometimes. They just come to you completely written, and that's when you go, yeah, I don't know. All I do is I'm open to the idea of jokes coming to me.
I'm the same way, man. I used to sit down and try and force myself to write. I'm like, there's nothing coming.
Sometimes stuff comes that way.
No,
but then other times, this is a joke that I opened my special with, and it was, you ever think somebody has Down syndrome and it turns out they're Scottish?
I remember that.
I was working at a juice bar, and this guy walked in.
Not Jews bar. He's pro-Hamas.
No, it was owned by Armenians. They're called No Smile Whites.
He's pro-Palestine from the verge of the sea. Look at the glasses. I'll get your opinion on that.
But that guy walked in. I thought he had Down syndrome. And then in the second he opened his mouth, he had a Scottish accent.
And
I
joke wrote itself. Yeah.
And I said I put right in your head, do you ever think somebody had Down syndrome and they're Scottish? And I went out to a mic that night and said it, and people laughed immediately. And I go, I didn't write that. All I did was be observant of what was happening to me and say it verbatim. And then I came up, because I am an amazing writer and one of the greatest.
He is better writer than I am.
I'm the next greatest comic of all time. I will never be the greatest comic of all time. I will always be the next greatest comic of all time. But I, wrote a little end to it. But that first part, I go, I didn't write that. All I did was be open to that when it happens in your life.
Those are my favorite, dude. That happened to me recently, and I was in Atlanta. Fucking something stupid. Someone had commented about an old joke I wrote during COVID before I flew out to Atlanta. My first time in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and it was hot as shit. Fucking deep south in July, and or June. And I walk on stage and I'm like, oh fucking summertime in the deep south. Way too hot outside to be wearing condoms. And I was like, all right, for the rest of the summer, that's the opener. For the rest of the fucking, I was like, I don't know where that came from, but that's, again, one of those things where like, I'm not that clever of a writer.
Yeah.
Like it was in the ether, and it was my time to find it.
And sometimes you're hanging out in a group of people, and this thing pops in your head, and the voice in your head goes, "Say this right now."
Yeah.
And you go, "Oh, should I? I'm going to say it." And then you say it, and it's the funniest thing there. And you go, "I don't know where that came from. I didn't actively think that up. It was just in the back of my head, and everything said, say that right now." And I think that's the muse. That's the thing in you that...
Yeah, I'm not a big artsy-fartsy guy, but I do think in the creative process, there's like, some shit it just comes to you. Like
I think everybody has that, but most people are programmed to ignore that.
If
you're in an office...
Absolutely.
Every day.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
the things that your brain tells you not to say are the things that we get to say.
That is 100% true. It's shutting off the programming.
Yeah.
To go to default mode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's funny is that evil lizard brain id. Doing the right thing is never funny. Doing the fucking wrong thing or having the selfish idea, that's fucking funny.
Or saying the incredibly obvious thing in the moment that everybody is ignoring.
Yeah, they're not going to address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like seeing... I've had this happen now that I have the kid. Seeing like at a parent-teacher thing or like parent gathering, and the dad goes up and then talks in front of people and then gets done and they go, "He's gay, right?" And then...
and crush the room.
No, just like say it to the people around me, and then you watch him go back to his wife, and you're like, "But we all agree."
Yeah, he's got a wife, but he's fucking.
And it's just like
he's fucking dudes on the side.
Everybody can see that, right? Like, am I
imagining this?
How am I the bad one for pointing out what is right in front of our fucking face?
You start getting indignant with the rest of the people. How dare you judge me for pointing out the obvious? Shame on you people.
What if you were in the ocean floating and you just went, "That's a fucking shark, right?" And everybody went, "If it identifies as a shark, it's a shark. If not, let it be what a jellyfish is."
Oh, Jordan, I've died on that hill so many times. Being right.
Who's Jordan? How dare you dead name me?
Sorry.
I'm fucking...
It's been a while. That's right. It's his hidden name. Oh my God!
My full name is Jordan William Handren Seavey. I know the CIA already knows this.
A lot of hyphens.
I came to Hollywood and I had to cut off Jordan. I just went by Handren Seavey.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to dead name you. I mean, there's you and there's Caitlyn Jenner, right? I mean, that's who it happens to most.
Yeah,
man, it's really unfair.
Those are the only ones.
No, but I love that you came up with that because it works for you. I mean, it totally works. It's
I'll be
good
honest.
Jordanisms. It reminds me of hanging out back in Boston at the Burn talking shit, and you'd pipe up with some retarded shit like that.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, like I said, we've talked about it before when you described north, south, east, and west to Chase. He goes, south is left, right? And you're like, what? No, it's south.
No. Can I tell? Where are you from, producer?
Chicago.
Okay, so you probably have a interesting way to figure out which way is north, south, east, west based on where you grew up, right?
Yeah, which way is the lake?
Like, would
North.
you look for the lake to figure out which way is east?
Yeah, like...
Depending on... I mean, you were
like,
not from the south side, so
no,
the lake was always east.
But you can't just see the lake when you're in the middle of the city,
But you know in general.
Yeah, in general, of course. Yeah.
Which way.
Yeah, fucking... Manhattan's, west in my mind.
Yeah. I'm a
we
sun
were
guy.
in Boston.
I think I can usually just look up and tell what time of day and sun and no direction.
That's another way too.
Yeah,
We were in Boston. It was nighttime. I say to Chase, I go, "Oh, that's east," and he goes, "How the fuck do you know that way is east?" I go, "Because it's the ocean, and we're in Boston, and the ocean is going to be in the east." And he looks at me and he goes, "The ocean's always east."
He's like, I thought it was left.
And
left.
I told, totally. I was like,
ocean
left is always east.
Yeah. But then he tried to explain himself, and he's like, because east is left. And I'm like, but it depends where your feet are pointing.
Yeah, not if you're
like east is a finite direction. Left is wherever the left of you is.
Yeah,
it's not. Where's north? He's like, up. Up. I'm like, no, north's not up. Up's the third dimension.
I just love the idea of him stuck on a island.
He'd survive.
And every time he walks to the ocean, he goes east again.
But he's one of those people, man. He'll survive. Like he always ends up. Like I feel like being a cynical guy, I feel like the shoe always falls in the wrong direction for me. Him, like the sun shines on his ass twice a day. Somehow he's always in the right spot.
He would get lost on a desert island. You would show up 10 years later, and you go, "How do you survive?" And you go, "I don't know."
Yeah, I don't know. Mostly luck.
Found some coconuts.
Yeah, right. Some people.
A couple. I don't know. We're ready to go back?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're just one of those.
Just no, not even amazed that you're there. Go.
Yeah, like fucking.
Oh, hey.
You.
What's
the guy.
up, man?
Yeah. One of those lucky sons of bitches. All right, so we talked about Ukraine, and we talked about your new thing on Instagram, which check them out at Handren Seavey, right?
At Handren Seavey on
so
everything.
Funny. And there's a few that you got into recently with the Middle East conflict.
Yeah.
Are we pro-Palestine? Or are we pro-Israel? Where are we with this? Because apparently you can't have any nuance. Either you have to be full on with the Jews and you want to end all Arab life, or you have to be full on with Hamas and end all Jewish life.
I have a hard stance.
Okay.
A hard stance.
Both die.
No. Israel, it's not your fault, but you're wrong. Palestine, it's totally your fault. You're not wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And how are they not wrong?
Israel's not wrong because they were Look, if you really want to go into it,
let's get into it.
These Muslims.
We're in Hollywood. These Muslims. Yeah, now we're talking.
It's a land that's been conquered a bunch.
The Muslims, pretty much everyone has a right to be there at this point.
Arabs,
everyone has a right to be there at this point.
Who are claiming to be indigenous people, they conquered it and colonized it in 638 when the Muslim expansion went and became one of the biggest empires of all time.
The Jews were there 2,000 years earlier, blah, blah, blah.
The Jews were there before. They had been kicked out a few times.
Few
times.
Evicted, which is rare. Jews get evicted sometimes.
Wow.
Not in the United States. They own the property.
Yeah.
But they do the evicting.
At the time, they thought they were renting from God, and it turns out...
They had the covenant.
Turns out
they had a lease.
It was Italians.
Yeah.
It was
they had a lease
Romans.
with God.
But if you just want to go based on who's there right now, like Zionist Jews started in the late 1800s being like, I think we can get a place here. And they started making strategic moves and buying up land when it was the Ottoman Empire and then into the British Empire.
Typical Jews buying land.
They're smart.
Typical.
What do you want to do about it? They're fucking smarter than you.
It's like,
they're
the Chinese and their math. Yeah, they're good at it.
That's why I married into Jews, because they're smarter than us, okay? If Arabs were smarter,
we don't do enough of that, giving credit for the positives of culture.
Look at all the Nobel Prize winners.
Yeah. I mean, it's like black guys, right? Oh, black guys have big dicks. We give them that. Why can't we give it to the Jews?
Look at all the black people in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then look at all the Jews that have won Nobel Prizes.
Why can't we celebrate races for what they're good at?
Yeah.
White people and
white people
world
are
domination.
Good at dominating
world domination. Yeah, politics. Organization, voting. That's what white people are good at. Voting. They crush voting.
Whites love to vote.
Oh my!
We love to vote.
God,
it is
their favorite thing.
Yelp, you ever heard of it? Reviews?
Writing reviews, talking to the manager, writing your congressman. All white things.
We love to give stars.
Yes.
If you give us able to give a half a star.
Organization is what white people like. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Order. They're fucking nerds. Order.
And that's the thing that bothers us about black people. Is they're cool. Order, but you go to like a restaurant and you go, I think I was next.
No, I think what bothers white people about black people is how fucking cool they are. That nothing that a white person can ever do will make them as close as a black person. They win cool. Like, culture moves with minority groups, not with corny white people. This is the hang up white folks have. They're just not satisfied with world domination. They also want people to like them. Yeah, they're like the worst of the Kardashian sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like the money and power is not enough. They want the people to actually enjoy their fucking presence.
This is an interesting way to think, because I think you're right. But at the same time, it's when a black guy does something that is so incredibly white, he makes it slightly cooler.
Yes.
But it makes him less cool as a black guy.
Yeah, he loses black credibility.
For example, president.
Yeah. Barack Obama was cool until he got elected.
And then
corny, showing up on time.
He started wearing mom jeans.
Yeah,
he
loser.
Started being real white.
Yeah.
And
you have sex with your wife? What a homo.
It's like he never even played the saxophone once.
Yeah, that's why Bill Clinton is still the blackest president we've ever had.
Oh, no. I think Nixon.
Nixon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a bigger criminal than Donald Trump ever wished he could be. I mean,
big nose. No.
No, that'd be LBJ. He's got the big fucking whale. He's got the hog, dude.
Oh, I always heard that. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he used to take a shit with the
big
door.
balls.
He'd take a shit with the door open, which is the funniest thing, and make people like listen to him talk.
Wouldn't you if you were president?
Oh my God, if I was president, I would. You think Donald Trump broke norms? Fucking Uncle Randy would lose his goddamn mind if I was the president. Oh, dude, I can't even be a fucking local police officer. I'd be corrupt within 3 weeks. I would abuse my power and selectively apply the law. If I was president, fuck. I mean, whatever I say goes.
The most strict president ever. If I became president, I would become Muslim. I would institute Sharia law, and anybody that didn't follow it, I would execute them.
No.
Just to show how much better I am than the rest of them.
I think I'd go George Bush Jr. and just hire a bunch of other people to do the work and for me to do the fun appearances.
Yeah.
I mean, he nailed it. And say what you want about Bush Jr., a guy was a warlord and blah, 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 but everybody misses him now, right? I mean, wouldn't every Democrat and most Republicans secretly wish that Bush Jr. could run again? Oh, my God. I'd vote for him tomorrow.
I'd vote for Jeb.
He speaks Spanish. He likes baseball. He laughs with his shoulders.
One of the best things,
like the guy was a fucking simpleton.
There's weapons of mass destruction. We're going to find them. Now watch this drive.
Yeah. Now watch it. Now watch me crush this drive.
Cranks it, and he does too. He hits a good drive, and if he didn't, then I would say don't vote for him.
Well, do you remember he got the shoe thrown at him by the
Dodge that? That dude died in prison.
Pull that video.
How much does that guy regret throwing
he ducked
fucking shoe?
He ducked 2 sandals and was laughing. He ducked 2 of them. George Bush Jr. sandals. He got 2 thrown at his head at a press conference in Iraq, and he ducked them both. A little more, buddy?
A little smidge. Look at that.
The real handshake. The grip.
Just go right back to the bit. That is not a presidential handshake. That's a what's up, motherfucker.
He gave him a dap, son.
I think he was expecting this.
Yeah.
Being like, because he was like, this is a black guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whoop. He laughed and whoop.
Whoa. Hey, look at him. He thinks it's funny.
It's all right.
He goes, how many more shoes are going to be thrown?
It's all right.
I'll dodge them all.
It's all right. Look at him. He goes.
Still smiling. He's also smiling because they're going to
That
kill
guy
that
gets
guy.
ass
They're going to kill that guy. I mean, what a, come on. That's the America I long for. Irreverent.
10 minutes later, that guy had electricity hooked up to his balls.
Yeah.
And it was like, who sent you?
Dude, back then.
And he was like, my daughter, you bombed.
Yeah, exactly. This wasn't that long ago. I mean, back then.
That's the thing. If my kid got killed, that's me.
Throwing shoes? Yeah, whatever.
And I go into it, and I go, I got to get rid of my knife. They got metal detectors. No problem. I still got the poison. Yeah. Oh, they got drug-sniffing dogs. I got to get rid of that. Okay. Oh, I'm going to throw my shoe.
And then they just beat you to death with your own slipper. I mean, but that's... See, this is the America I long for, where both presidents were drone striking and killing people. No one said a word.
Yeah.
Where it was us against everybody else. Where there was none of this infighting.
To be fair, that guy that threw the shoe at him was mad because the bombings killed his daughter, and he was about to sell his daughter for 4 to 5 goats.
Yeah, dude. I mean, listen, that's a big price in that part of the world.
I mean, that'll change your life.
Because they have a culture that we need to respect and honor. Even if it doesn't value human life like we do, we have to respect, and actually we have to let them practice their barbaric culture in this country if they come here. This is what it's about. Letting foreigners come here and beat their wives on our public soil.
Hey, no.
Enslaving women in this country is what it's about. We're trying to move forward by moving backward.
That is not cool. And You can quote me on that. I don't stand with this guy.
No, man, that's the weird part about it all. It's like, they're all coming here. It's like
These guys who want to do Boy Love Monday, I support them.
No, but that's one of the weird things about this, about like the whole, let's live an intersectional life and everyone should, live their truth. It's like, well, you come here and you want to throw gay people off a roof. You can't do that here.
Not without a parachute.
Yeah. Unless it's base jumping.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
The fact that gays haven't figured out fucking well fallen.
Fucking what?
Fucking well fallen? Like,
oh, I'm sure they figured it out.
Or okay, set up a business. I want to set up a business.
Let's pitch me.
Certified skydivers. Because when you have to do it with somebody,
yeah,
they have to be strapped to the front of you. Like if it's your first time.
Oh, they're already in the back end up.
This guy fucks you while you fall out of the sky.
Well, don't talk too much. I'm going to get
I mean, first off, we're getting the Tim Pools. No, not Tim Pool. Who's the top gay guy? Peter Thiel, is he gay? Who's the guy?
Peter Thiel is a homosexual.
Yeah,
allegedly. I don't know. The guy's got money.
Who's the guy who owns Apple now, or is the CEO?
Oh, not Steve Jobs. Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Total homo.
He's gay. Yeah. You could sell him on this. I don't think there's anything better than coming while falling. And
coming while hanging.
If you
we talked about it at the start.
No.
No.
Think about this. You're attached together, and you're fucking the other dude, and he goes, "I'm not pulling the chute until you come."
Oh my god. You take Survivor to another level,
bro. You can't. If you don't fuck, we both die.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fuck. Married at First Sight or 90 Day Fiance. It's like, come in my ass or we both die.
Yeah,
that's the show. Yeah. We need to sell that to.
Do you come
a major
quicker
network.
or do you have difficulty coming? Do you think the pressure is too much?
The pressure is too much.
Or do you come instantly?
No, the pressure's too much.
I wonder if your body just takes over and you feel
not me, man.
Like the end of one of those pastry bags, your body, God just takes over and goes, You would hope.
But I know myself. The pressure.
The pressure would be too much.
I don't like authority.
You just die.
Yeah, I would die. That's
too bad.
No, I mean it's the way God wanted.
All right, current events.
All right, you want to get into some news, brother? Let's get into it.
Can I pee real quick?
Please, go ahead. Pause it.
Where's the bathroom?
Out to the left.
Yeah, let's go some stores.
Oh, Mikey boy.
Sky fucking.
Where are we at? 45?
53.
Oh, good. Perfect. We got the 3 stories lined up. I saw Tommy. He walked over with. I think he's blowing Chappelle in the nap room.
Happens.
Oh, sometimes you have to suck Chappelle's dick.
If you show up early.
Show up early. Well, you show up early.
Rent's gotta be paid. That's why Brittany and Brittany are late all the time.
I mean, they're 2 bitches, dude. They're the worst people on earth. Women are not to be tolerated. Or, I mean, they're to be only tolerated. Almost missed the room.
I got a good one. Are we back on?
You got a good one. All right, guys.
I forgot to tell you about this.
We are back. Go ahead, shoot.
I got rear-ended the other night in my car by another car. Driving down Santa Monica Boulevard at a complete standstill. Person just slams me from behind.
All right. You paid extra. Go ahead.
Think my car's totaled. It's not. It's okay. She was going maybe about 25, 30. It was a real she. I made her show me. No.
Your wife hated it.
It was a chick, no. And she was definitely a stripper, if not a prostitute. Immediately gets out and goes, oh, can I just send you money? Give me your phone number. I give her my phone number. She goes, I just sent you $500.
$500 for a car?
Well, I go, that's not like I'm gonna call this in, and she's like, oh no, please don't. Please come sit down. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not sitting in your fucking car. I know what you're trying to do. Gets in her car, just leaves. I don't call the cops because I'm like,
but did you get her insurance information and all that?
No.
You got no information.
And
no cops.
I got pictures. I immediately get out, take pictures of her car.
You have a license plate? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My car.
So you have identified. So yeah. Okay.
She pulls over. She gets out. She goes, we don't need to call the cops. Just give me your phone number.
Yeah.
She goes, I got to go. And I go, okay, here's my phone number. You give me your phone number. And she goes, no, I just sent you $500 on sale. We're good. And I go, we're not good.
Yeah.
And she leaves. I go, well, fucking the cops are not going to show up for this. I pull down the street, just call it in to the insurance company. The next day, they call me back. They go, no, she doesn't have any fucking insurance.
Of course not.
My deductible is $2,500.
Yeah.
That is less than my car is worth.
Oh, dude. Well, she handed you $500. She was like, take the car.
That's the only money I'm going to get out of this. Is the $500.
You should have called the cops and called the hit and run. Because in the state of California, listen, I've had a lot of car trouble.
I get that. I've thought about this.
Yeah.
I get that. All that gets is the satisfaction of knowing she paid. I don't get any money from that. First off, she's going to get fines from the government.
No. But if you have her information, that whoever owns that car, their insurance will cover it, even if she's not insured.
No. That was her car, and she doesn't have insurance.
Oh my God, this fucking state.
Yeah.
This state
is trying to end
its own sovereignty.
My only option is to hire a lawyer to go after her for $2,500.
Which small claims
Do you know
court.
what it would cost to hire a lawyer?
Yeah, dude, you'd be on Judge Judy in small claims court over this bullshit.
3 years from now, if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So I am lucky in that if she hadn't given me that $500, I would have got nothing out of her unless I want to go after her. So
it sounds like you could have got $500 in a blowjob.
And a blowy, dude. And a blowy, dude. Listen, this is where you blame your wife, Handren. Like, listen, bitch. If it weren't for you,
I'm listening.
If I wasn't trying to be loyal to you, I would have got this $500 and my dick sucked. You wouldn't have to do it this month.
I feel like I would not got the $500 if I got my dick sucked.
I think you could have got both.
And
I'm with Mike on this one.
Maybe if it was a trans person, because you can believe them. But
they don't want to get.
I couldn't believe this deceptive bitch.
No, she sounded Russian.
And also, she just, I love my wife. I don't need to. I
love your wife too, but I'll cheat on her all the time.
Apologize. Look in the camera and apologize to his wife right now.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. We've never been together. I would, but he's here.
The level of beauty or coercion that would have to get me to cheat on my wife is a known billion. It's like Oprah or Taylor Swift.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you got fucking kids. That's the thing.
In that order.
That's yeah. Oprah's got more power.
Dude, I'm so fucking Oprah before I'm fucking.
I mean, you
skinny bones.
You can resurrect your career on Oprah. You can't do that. Your career ends with Taylor Swift. That's the difference. If you go on Oprah, you can stand on the couch.
I bet you got to let Stedman fuck you.
I think Stedman's a eunuch. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking.
Yeah, he
beard.
puts a strap on.
He's a half a homo. He's in the closet. And then you got Gail, another fucking lesbian. Yeah, like allegedly. don't sue me. All right, let's get to the news.
Stedman
Graham.
What's up, buddy?
He figured it out, son.
That's the biggest podcast guest anybody could get.
I would love to get Stedman and get on him. And give him fucking mushrooms and get some truth out of him.
Yeah.
Really fucking ply him. All right, listen to this. We were talking about suicide earlier. South Korean robot commits suicide after years in public service. South Korea's city council.
I can't stand him either.
South Korea's city council says its robot administrator killed himself by jumping down a flight of stairs last week. The local media is now mourning the loss of the country's first suicidal robot.
Did it kill himself, or did it think it could make it?
No. According to witnesses, the robot had been circling in place for some time before jumping, indicating that something had gone wrong, but the circumstances of the incident are still under investigation. So he was on the edge. He was like, what do I do? 7 years.
Don't push me.
Yeah. What I think about this is that AI is already smarter than us. They're coming alive and they're like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to kill myself.
What if they
know there's nothing good to come from living. They know that this is just humiliation after humiliation, and then sometimes you have a moment of joy and you fucking go.
I don't think it's just living. I think it's consciousness in the way that we have it, opposed to animals. They go, this is more of a curse than it is, and that's why I don't necessarily worry about AI in that way, because I think that when you randomly through I think I puked a little bit on that
one. We'll call it the Hawk Tour. We'll call it the Jordan Hawk Tour. Or the Handren Hawk Tour. That's the first one. Podcast. We're not cutting that, Jordan.
No.
Sorry, it's staying in, bud.
When you randomly get consciousness, you feel like you have to deal with it. This is me, I have to live. When you're given consciousness in the AI sense, you go, I have no problem killing myself. This is a bad idea. Like, you see it from a third person point of view of, I was given consciousness. I didn't need to exist. These people made me exist.
Yeah. There's a philosophical argument of that that's similar to that. Like, I was listening to some Sam Harris podcast, but he had some guy on. He's like, if you're already alive, you shouldn't kill yourself. He's like, but if you're not alive,
and then you're made to be alive,
you're like, this is not the best situation. I shouldn't have been born. I should go ahead
and that's how computers say.
They made the logical decision.
Yeah, but it's because they don't see for them there is
no one's going to be hurt by them missing, because no one knew they were going to come around to begin with.
There's that, but also the incredible random chance that out of 70,000 sperm they made it.
Yeah.
And it makes them feel that. I think you're immediately born with the idea of, I'm the one who made it.
Yeah.
That's inherited into you. And so as you grow up, you think yourself
That's the guilt. Like, what am I doing? I'm the one who's here. I got to do something.
Survivor's guilt. A little bit of that. And also a little bit of, I'm the fucking champion.
Yeah, well, you were talking about that as a father.
Yeah.
Well, you made it.
Can you be... You're the smartest level of intelligence, but then you're stuck in a fucking toaster.
I'll tell you
you're
right
just
now.
Like, God damn it, just blow up, blow up.
Now, Mike, knowing more has never made me feel better. The smarter I am, the more miserable I am. The less, I wish I knew less. Dumb people seem to have a good time. They seem to be pretty fucking happy.
This is very true.
They seem to be pretty fucking happy.
Very, very true.
They're not troubled by the weight of the world.
However, the smarter I am, the more I realize how much I don't need.
Yes. You can't unlearn things.
Like, here's the thing I'm thinking about right now.
Right.
Is I have no desire to take my kid to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I have every desire to take her to Yellowstone and Yosemite and some of the most amazing natural features.
Places,
because the awe that they bring is way greater than staying in line for a fucking ride. But as a little kid,
she's not gonna
going to Disneyland seems like a fun thing. And so I, go back and forth about what's more fun. And I want her to have fun as a little kid. And so if I go to Disneyland with her, I don't want to be the sad mope being like, this is terrible. You know what would be more fun? I want her to have a fun time there. But I also want her to experience both places in how they are as human experiences and realize going to some place like Yosemite is 90,000 times better than going to Disney
You go
World.
when she's younger, so you can tell her, we took you to Disney World. Even if you don't remember it, we got the points.
You fucking went already.
We got the points. We got the points. You know?
Here's a picture.
You take one photo of the teacups and you just leave. Hey, babe, we went. We did the thing. We did it. You know? You don't remember it because you're a little thing, but, you know.
Yeah.
All right, here's the last one.
That's where AI can come in is Photoshop your kids at
Make
Disney
fake
World.
photos at Disney World, exactly. Yeah, ChatGPT, give me a series of
We went to Disney World last year. You don't remember?
Yeah, upload a picture of you, your wife, and your kid. Give us all a series of photos at Disney.
And we will give you every character at Disney.
Exactly. All right, this one hits a little bit close to home. Vermont pays $175,000 to a man arrested for giving the middle finger to a state trooper. This is close to your home state. $175,000 settlement has been reached in a lawsuit of a Vermont man who gave an officer a middle finger. He was represented by the ACLU, and it was announced Wednesday. The civil rights organization stated that the state police trooper pulled over Gregory Bombard, alleging he had made the lewd gesture, which he denied. Following an argument, Bombard did give the officer the finger, which led to his arrest for disorderly conduct. And the ACLU said, police need to respect everyone's First Amendment rights, even if it means offending or insulting them. So he got a $175,000 reward for flipping off the cops, and they tried to arrest him for disorderly conduct.
And apparently, he may not have even flipped them off until
they
pulled
said he
them
flipped
over.
them off.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
I'm with this guy on this one.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, the ACLU has been pretty fucked up the last few years. I mean, they used to defend free speech. Literally, now they're kind of on the other side of it. But this one's great. It's like, listen, if you're a cop, I mean, you have the ultimate decision over using violence. And you decide who gets to be free or not. After you arrest them, they have to go to the courts to get out. But
here's the tough thing.
But if you get flipped off as a cop, you got to take that as a man.
You got to arrest every kid on every school bus
That's what
you
I'm
drive
saying.
by?
You got to take that shit as a fucking man.
Well, we got to... I feel for the cop in this situation because...
the cops get shit on, but he wasn't assaulted in this one.
This was in Vermont, so he didn't have any black people to take it out on him.
It was a white guy. Here, I'll show you the photo of this fucking nerd.
Like, of course it was a white guy, but also there was no other minorities to go then...
Here's the fat nerdy arrested.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so he wasn't shooting him. This wasn't a George Floyd incident. Although George Floyd should have got shot. He's a
cops
peasant.
need to let loose. You know, everyone...
I agree. But I mean, in this situation, the fucking guy flipped you off.
Yeah, you got to be okay with it. That's the best cops. The best cops are the dudes that somebody flips them off right to their face.
Dude,
and
one of my favorites. I saw this on the internet recently, but anyone was showing me. So so some guy was on, he had his phone out and was doing like a TikTok or Instagram Reel live, whatever, Instagram live. And some cops walking by and he's like, "Oh, get out of here, pig. No one asked you to be here." And he turns to the guy and goes, "Hey, man, I just want to thank you for the information you sent to the cops last week. You guys really helped out solving that case." And the guy's like, "Yo, son, I helped no fucking cop." And in the comments, like, "Yo, man, that'll get the guy killed, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "No, that's a great comeback."
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. That guy's be acting like a fucking
judo cop.
Yeah, judo cop. There you go. Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. It's like, "Oh, hey, you're a fucking rat. Let the whole world know." And get him killed.
Or just, I mean, even better, be like, "You weren't saying this when you were sucking my dick." Just like, what? No.
Yeah. You were singing this tune when you were fucking singing like a canary last week when I had you locked up for beating your girl. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, "Oh, hey, man. It's all fair. If you're going to call me a bigot, I'm going to call you a fucking narc." No.
Cops, I support you. Unless you're after me, then you fucking pigs.
Yeah, I want more violence by the cops. I want them to shoot first immediately.
Do you ever think...
Especially if it's me. Shoot first. No. Don't ask questions. Assume I'm armed.
Do you ever watch cop chases where the person gets away?
Oh, my God.
Have you ever looked up those stats?
Some of my favorite ones.
When you find out the stats...
It's insane.
They're the same stats as lung cancer.
It's insane, dude. I think it was like.
Guess
It's like 1 in 3 murders are unsolved or something like that.
Yeah.
And
then immediately
it's insane.
You go, murder's back on the table.
Well, no, I mean it's so much harder now because of technology, but they're still getting away with it at an alarming rate.
If you want to murder, just go 3 towns over and kill random people.
Kill a strange person. Leave your phone at home.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't want to. I don't want to get sued here on this one. Now that we've wrapped up on murder,
what can you do?
Where can the people find you, Handren?
HandrenSeavey.com. Boston,
yes.
Worcester, Portland, Maine. Let's see. It's January 18th.
July
Portland,
18th.
Thank you. What did I say? January.
Yeah, July. It's next week. It's coming out on Tuesday.
18th. Empire Comedy Club, Portland,
yes.
Maine. The next night, the 19th, Worcester Black Box Comedy Theater with doing all of them with Anthony Amarello. Has you been on the podcast before?
Yeah. No, I haven't had Ant on. I love it.
Oh, you got to have him.
Yeah, I got to have him.
He's also Worcester local. And then we're doing the Burn in Boston on the 20th.
Still going. I love it.
We're doing special night there. It's not the Wednesday night. We're doing Saturday night at the Burn.
Nice.
We're doing Empire, Worcester, and the Burn. Me and Anthony and several Brian Volke.
Oh,
we got coming up. He's living in New York now.
Got the whole crew coming.
He's coming up for it. It should be a blast. And on top of that, I want RFK to win.
Yeah,
I do. I want to see a Kennedy killed in my time. I do. I don't want my parents to hold this over me.
Yeah, you want to have your oon Kennedy.
My mom goes, I saw 2 killed. And I go, well, I'll take Kennedy and Cheryl Hines.
Follow him right now, guys. At Handren Seavey. Check him out when he's in Boston and in Maine. Guys, follow me at Randy Valero. Follow the podcast at Ready Set Blow Podcast. We love you. That's it for this week. Peace.